Today we are going to take our tow rig slash camper hauler on a 4-wheel drive off-road trail called Moss Wash just outside of Kingman, Arizona. They say it's a technical trail. If you look on Onyx Maps, it's a 7 out of 10. Well, let's just see about that. And there's also a mine and an old mansion type house. Let's go see what we can find.
Looks like Donkey's spanning it pretty well. So far the trail hasn't been incredibly challenging. Ooh. Yeah, you might need to lock it up. It's just not got a lot to grip on. There you go. No problem. That wasn't crazy, but you can see how washed out this area is. It runs parallel to a wash, but I imagine a lot of water still comes down these sections. We found a little bit of rock climb. Unfortunately, there's too much sand for us to gain traction, so we're gonna have to lock it up. Whoa, Donkey's got a wheel in the air. That was really cool. How was that?
That obstacle was a perfect example of why having front and rear lockers is beneficial. With just the rear locker, you can see both those tires were spinning, but the front was not giving us any traction because it was at a steep angle, and we could have gone back and rammed it. We could have probably tried a different line, but you can see as soon as we turned on the locker, it was just smooth right up and over. And that's the advantage of locking differentials, is that it's easier on your equipment and it's less likely to cause damage to the trail or your rig, because you can just creep over stuff, have a lot more control on where you're going and how slow you get there.
This trail has been pretty nice so far. It's been kind of a combination of fun little washes, and there's been rocky sections. It's a beautiful day.
This looks interesting. Let's give it a try. This is legit rock crawling. Tow rig versus big rock slab. Let's try it out.
The best part is the running water coming straight down the middle. We're gonna try and straddle the rocks and bring Donkey straight up the middle, because we don't want to slide in. Honey, that's gonna... All right, let's try again. Oh man. Wet tires, no traction. Too far, driver. Yeah, you've got to come passenger. Honey, you're gonna drop in driver's side. Your driver is going way down. All right, we're gonna see if we can make that work. All right, see if we can do that. Woo, the front end is climbing. See where the back end is. Oh, there you go. Keep on that line. Holy moly. We're finishing up the top section. Yeah. Give it up for full-size trucks. That was awesome. Rock section continues. Ooh, that was a slider. It's still very wet through this section, which is taking a lot more. Woo! Yeah! We're actually in the wash right now, which is why water is coming down it. We had a really good rainstorm about a week ago, and I'm guessing this section takes a while to dry out. But these are some sizable rocks.
Yeah, we made it. And you can tell, even with the front and rear differentials locked up on it, because the tires are so wet, it had some sliding just to kind of figure out some traction. The other thing that people have asked about is the PSC Ram Assist steering, and that obstacle is a perfect example of why we have it, because we had the front differential locked up on 37-inch tires, and I could easily turn it one finger, and it creates a lot less stress on the steering because it's attached to the tie rod, which makes it so much easier to be able to turn where you want, when you want, when you're on those types of obstacles. Because really the difference between falling a hole and staying on top is keeping your tires on the right line, and be able to turn is essential. Let's keep going, see what else we find.
I do have to say, this trail is getting more intense as we go up. It's been a lot of fun. This is the kind of trail Peter really enjoys. Driving a full-size truck through is a lot different than the little side-by-side we've been running all summer. Nice fun challenge. The only thing is, the trail's been a little tight with bushes, making it a little more scratch friendly, which is something we don't particularly like to do. They're very close in certain areas through here, and they're desert trees, which means they're overly aggressive and very scratchy. Nails on chalkboard. Decided to turn Peter around because we got to the end of this little area, which I did see the trail kind of go off, but I thought it was an optional obstacle. Turns out it's this huge drop. That's where the actual trail is. So we did a little backing up of the truck and got him into a better position, because unfortunately I think this rock is about a 6 foot straight down, and it's just not a good one to go down. It's a bit tight in this little area too. You're clear my side. I guess this trail is appropriately named. It's named after a wash, which we spend most of the time weaving in and out of. So far, it's very appropriately named. Looks like we're getting pretty close to the mine. I don't know if you can see it in the picture, but right there is something from the mine. I'm guessing where they were dumping all of the extra from mining. You see some structures here. There's the mine shaft. Right there. We're not gonna crawl down there because it's gonna be a little bit harder to get up. It's pretty slick on all of this rock that they pulled from it, but it's beautiful out here. The wash comes straight between these two mountains, and then you can see the roof of the mansion behind Peter.
Through the staircase up to the entrance, and let's go on a tour of this place.
This is probably the living room area, I would suspect, and they only have one fireplace for the whole upper level, so I'm guessing it must have had to heat everything.
So there's the fireplace.
Yeah, I was thinking of that.
Crown molding, look at that. This is a luxury place. We've got probably...
I think this must be a dining room.
Yeah, I think dining room.
A patio and a kitchen. There's a balcony over here.
This overlooks the mine, which is fun. And then from the dining room, you go into the kitchen. And this has two big old windows and then a door out to the patio. So that was the sink plumbing right there. And then this covered patio area, which is really neat. And there's a staircase coming down there. So that's got, I guess, a couple different entry points. This was probably a window, but it could have been a double door coming out to there. So there might have been 3 doors coming out to the patio.
I'm guessing this is a bedroom.
That makes sense. That would be a good bedroom. So this would be bedroom number 1.
Yeah, there's a hallway and then probably wood room there.
This might have been a storage room for wood, stuff like that.
This is the bathroom.
And then we have a bathroom. You can see there's the toilet drain, water. It's got a nice window up here, a nice window opposite. This would have had probably a tub of some sort right here. And then this is bedroom number 2 on the upstairs.
Yeah.
And it has nice windows, or window I should say.
Yeah, this is a doorway.
It's got a door that goes to the bathroom right over there. And then this door leads into the living room. And you can see lots of big, nice windows.
Oh yeah.
Everything's an archway in here. But let's go downstairs, check out the downstairs. So on the outside of the house, there's a stairway off the patio, and it comes down. It's sort of falling off here.
Yeah, I don't
but
think it's complete anymore.
this looks to be just kind of a storage area underneath the foundation. And then there's this one room that could have been a supply room. And it looks like that may have been a window, that may have been a door over there. I think the word mansion is generous in the Gold King Mansion. I mean, it is the nicest of the structures I've ever seen for a mining camp, but realistically, it's a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom house. And I thought that it may have more of a basement or downstairs, and it really doesn't. It has maybe a storage room and then kind of an under-house crawl space area. It's not that big, but it's still super cool. I think the word mansion might have been a bit exaggerative, but it gets people to come out here and check it out. Now, if you do come out here, make sure that you respect the site. There's people who have shot up the sign, and that's totally not acceptable. It's crazy when people ruin natural stuff and also man-made stuff that becomes kind of historic landmarks. So let's keep it nice and clean. Interesting that this photo, the Mojave Museum of History and Natural Arts, of this site is actually not the same site. It's completely different mountain terrain. The house, you can see, has 2 windows and no basement. And you can see this has 1 window and then 2 archways there for a covered patio area. And then it has that cut in. And you can see that little landing there compared to this one here. It's tiny, and there's only 2 windows, or window, and a doorway. And over here on the actual building, we have 4 windows and a doorway. I think that may have been a similar building, but not this building.
After leaving the first mine, most of our trail kind of turned into a road. It hasn't been crazy or terribly rocky, but we've been going through the washes, and it's been just a lot faster moving from this point.
This is the remains of the Merlot Mine, and it is breezy up here, but it's kind of fun. We're gonna go explore around and find some of the ruins there. You can see we parked the truck way down the hill, and if we had a side-by-side, we just drive around up here. But with that thing, we'll park it, walk. Let's go.
But it's dirt, not rocks. All right. There is a roundabout to go around this obstacle, but Peter wanted to try it. I think unfortunately we're in it, so we're staying. Donkey was a little bit too tall for that obstacle and kept tipping into the bank, so we are backing out of it, which is a little hairy too. But Peter's almost done. He's got it. Nice work, babe.
Couldn't get through this. As you can see, this actually is the road, but the erosion has been crazy with the water flow. But that is the original. It basically got washed down and people have been bypassing around it. We tried, but I think without climbing this outer bank, there's no way to do it comfortably, because it really tips the body into the bank and gets pretty sketchy. It was interesting to attempt it though, and we made it through and back out. Now we'll take the bypass that everybody else is doing.
Peter and I found a fork in the road on the OHV trail. We went right because that's what our mapping showed, but I think left may have been a better option. The right is this very, very tight trail that you can see right there. Our poor truck has been scraped all the way across, and now we have this really, really steep, loose, washed out section that Peter is starting to come up right now in order to connect back with the other trail. In the future, I think on the side-by-side this would have been great, but in the future I definitely think we'll try the left side of the trail. Peter's doing great thus far. This is a huge thing. Not sure how well I'm gonna walk up it, but as you can see, it is really steep. And Peter and Donkey are trying to keep a nice consistent roll in order to keep going up it, not go backwards. Pesky bushes, let me tell you, Arizona pinstriping is real. It's a snowy wonderland up here. Okay, it's not that much snow, but it is beautiful. You don't see snow a lot in Arizona, especially in the valley. Woo, flexing out. There's a wheel in there. We found more rocks. You're gonna have to lock up the diff. Peter's apparently just going to continue moving the tires through. We got wet through this little creek crossing that we just did. Wash crossing, I don't know what you would call it. Ooh. Our diff cleared, that's nice.
We completed the Moss Wash Trail to Gold King Mansion in our Super Duty, and the question is it a tow hauling rig, camper rig, or is it a rock crawler? And I say this trail proves it is both. It can do all the things. Now, is it the best rock crawler? Maybe not, but it has all the essential gear of a good rock crawler. It's got super strong full floats, Sterling 10.5-inch rear axle. It's got a Dana 60 high pinion front axle. It has locking differentials front and rear. It has Hydro Assist. It has a decent crawl ratio, 430 axle gears. It's got all the makings for it, with one exception. It's got a long wheelbase and its body is about 80 inches wide. So we accumulated quite a lot of little brush scratches down the side of the truck, but that's normal. That's why we chose a white truck, because it mostly disappears. And this truck was made for this. This is why we bought it. It's to have fun and go on adventures. And this truck didn't disappoint. Now, one of the things I will say is a huge bonus with being so wide and being so long is that it is so much more stable on the off-camber stuff. So we had a great time out here. Give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and maybe we'll hit some more trails here and share them with you guys. If you like the Super Duty on trails versus the side-by-side, post up in the comments below. We'll catch you on the next video. Subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching.
Thank you. Bye.